Dinosaurs are back, everybody. We are hyped to talk about dinosaurs. Why are we talking about dinosaurs? It's because Exoprimal just came out last week. We've been playing it. We've streamed it randomly. If you want to check that out, you can go to twitch.tv/JuniorGamerCast to watch our Dinosaurs Fall from the Sky stream of Exoprimal. What is Exoprimal? This is a Capcom game that is a game in which it's an online team-based action game that pits humanity's cutting-edge exosuit technology against history's most ferocious beast, dinosaurs. Exosuits are grouped into different roles, and players will pilot these exosuits to hold against overwhelming dinosaur swarms that fall from the sky in an online-only team-based action game. And the story, the year is 2040. Sudden dinosaur outbreaks have engulfed the globe in a crisis that threatens humanity's very existence. But hope is not lost. The corporation Albius has developed a hyper-advanced AI called Leviathan that can predict the location of future outbreaks. This technology, along with Albius's revolutionary suits, gives humanity a fighting chance to stem the tide of the saurian swarms. So then they pull in you as an exofighter to go do an aptitude test, join the ranks of Albius's heroic pilots in their fight to stave off the extinction of the human race. That's the story.
Oh. I'm sticking to it.
That's sticking to it.
It does not make me want to play this game anymore.
Oh, wow.
Makes me want to play it less.
Really?
That was very complicated, and I don't even know half the things you said.
I love it. I think it's great.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's just an AI that's trying to stop things from falling out of the portals.
Yeah, but then there's a good twist about it. Once you get past the first mission, you realize something else is going on that's a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into that.
We don't want to spoil it?
No, I don't want to spoil it. It's still a new game. I mean, people might play it. I mean, it's there was a lot of people in there when we were playing. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. What do you not? How did you feel about the game, Austin? I'm curious now since you're just very against it.
Like it. I mean, I played it last night.
You did like it, or you didn't like it?
Didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is arcadey. Mm-hmm. I guess what kind of threw me back is that there's a story that you have to get through. And I just kind of want to jump in there and fight out dinosaurs and stuff, which is fine. I mean, the story's not like awful,
so you
but
don't want story.
Not for something like this.
Yeah,
because it's so arcadey.
Yeah,
you kind of just want to jump in with your suit.
Like I want it to be Call of Duty. I'm just gonna jump in there. I'm this dude in a suit, and I'm just gonna destroy stuff.
Mean, you can really just bypass the story altogether and just do that.
You couldn't skip it, could you?
Well, they do force you. Well, I mean, I guess
like certain missions,
scene,
you can pick the cutscene, but I mean, you don't have to follow the story. You just
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I got to the point where I don't have to do any story now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like strictly
playing
just
the game.
Playing.
So besides the story biz, the gameplay, that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, there's no difficulty in this, right? Technically,
no.
Okay.
Not yet. I bet you that's going to come in the future, though.
I feel like it needs to.
There actually is. I can tell you about it. Keep chatting, but there is a difficulty spike coming in the future.
Like I don't like the go from point to point, kill some bad dinosaurs, and keep going. And then there's like the sequence of stuff that happens. Eventually, you have to take a cube to the end point where there's supposed to be this climactic ending where you fight the other team, which is the main PvP game loop. And I'm just like, I feel like it could be better.
How?
I don't know yet. I've been thinking about it. I don't know yet. Like I don't like because I feel like this is just it is a very unique style. I feel like I don't know any other game that kind of has this, but I guess if I had to compare it to anything, kind of like Division 2 Descent. Like there's that you go to room, you clear it out.
The rogue style. That
and then you go forward.
Last time.
It's like it gets a little more difficult, and you can choose a difficulty. I feel like we've played enough of these matches where it's like it's just the same thing, and you can get chests that give you upgrades to certain
mods.
Yeah, mods.
Yep,
and it can help you defeat these waves faster to get to the end. And I feel like that's just the loop. But I'm like, well, okay, I understand it. Where do we go from here? Like, what's the difficulty?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you on all of that. Like, except for the story bits. I actually enjoy the story bits. I kind of like, I am intrigued in this world. It's better than Anthem story or like Destiny story. It's actually like, I kind of want to know more. I have that itch now.
Nice.
But yeah, the gameplay and stuff, I'm really digging it. I'm enjoying it. But I feel like it does get like super duper repetitive. And I was talking to Brett about this when we were streaming it. I was hoping the PvP version would be like an actual campaign that you go like through this city and try to clear out all these portals and these dinosaurs.
That'd be
and then,
great.
Like at the very end, you fight like a giant boss, like one of the big bosses or something of a dinosaur. Like a, I don't know. I don't want to say T-Rex because I feel like the T-Rex is the in-game stuff, right? But I feel like something equivalent to that, you know?
But like, do you think there's an end game to this?
There's an end game to it, but I think it's just, like you said, it's just cinematics and that's it. And
yeah.
I don't know if there's like an in-game boss or anything. I mean, they kind of teased it a little bit in the tutorial system where you fight a T-Rex, and we have yet to fight a T-Rex.
Yeah.
We've been fighting the carnivore, whatever, connoisseur, but we haven't fought a T-Rex. So I don't know if this is just them just like slowly leading us into this game for a little bit and keep playing it, and then they'll release more content with it. But what's unfortunate about that is this is a $60 game or $70 game.
Yeah.
That's what's like, and it feels
On Steam,
like
it's 60, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's 60.
And I
It
feel
is
like
not
this
worth
game
it.
was supposed to be a free to play, and you buy the season pass and do this. But I don't think they had enough content to do that.
Like
You know
the
what I mean?
game, like
There's like not enough content for really anything to be a free to play game.
So I want to quickly because we haven't really talked about what exactly you do in this game.
sorry guys.
So I
shit.
want to talk about
thought you
that.
said that in the-
No, I mentioned like it's a team-based game, but I
Yeah.
want to kind of get into the nitty-gritties a little bit and kind of get into what the gameplay is, and then we can continue to talk some negatives and stuff on it. But like first off, just so everybody knows, this is a Xbox, PS5, PS4, and PC. But as we mentioned earlier, you can get it free with your Get Pass on Game Pass for Xbox and PC. So that's how we're playing it because, again, like these guys mentioned, it's not worth the $60. It's designed to be a free-to-play game that they charge $60 for. But ultimately, like the way I've been associating this game the most is that this is basically Overwatch. Because you have different hero characters that each have special abilities. And each one, there's like a support set of characters, there's a tank set of characters, there's an assault set of characters. And each one has like a unique set of like things that they can do, whether it be like, you know, your standard gun, your secondary like heavy fire attack, you have like usually like a torpedo or some kind of like launcher, like heavy attack, you have some kind of like evade maneuver. There's an ultimate, there's, you know, different things like that. And each character has special abilities, and it'll also tell you when you go in the menu to change your character, which you can do at any point in time, just like in Overwatch. It'll tell you like what you need more of. So you can like be like, oh, we need more healers. Let's do more healers. And as they were saying, it's like you spawn in, the whole game starts PvE exclusively, and you know where the other team is, and you're going through these like runs to fight off these waves of guys at different points in the map. And then once you get to, there's like this like tug of war like line across the top that once you reach the center, then it initiates you, if you're playing PvP, in the PvP mode, which then opens up basically right now all there is like it's the payload game mode from Overwatch, where you're like following like a disc that's on a floating platform that moves to a location, and then you have to defend it and make sure everybody's on it to get it to move down the lane. That's when it opens up the PvP aspect, where you could go and like run over to the other team and like kill them if you want to slow them down, or to stay where you are, and then you win the game. When you're doing the PvE version, the end game is just another set of missions that you have to do to then get to the point of you win. You just do like 3 more, and then it's like, oh, hey, you win. Congratulations. But I think, can you shoot them when you're playing PvE and you get to that last part? Can you still go and fuck them up, or is it just PvP?
It's just the PvP portion. So like with the payload that you're talking about,
Yeah.
like we had someone, we were on the payload, and someone from the other team came all the way down and just wiped us all out. So you can easily go over there, attack them and attack their payload, because once you attack their payload, it turns into stone. And once it turned into stone, it has to have a refresh rate, and someone has to run over there to start it back up.
Okay.
And then it'll turn into a hologram again.
Yeah.
And then you keep pushing it. So yeah, there's different tactics to do with the pushing the payload system that they got in place. but I think it's getting it's getting old after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's repetitive. There's
It's
not a lot
very
of maps.
repetitive. And
Might
some
be like
people
2 or 3 maps, maybe.
and like after a while, you'll get the hang of what you're doing, and you'll figure out a strategy. Because you can also in this game, you can also transform into a dinosaur to go attack the other team. So there's
during the payload.
Yeah, during the payload system.
Which is a cool
So,
mechanic,
Yeah, it's a
for
very
sure.
cool
Yeah.
mechanic. And you can also do it in the PvP version as well. You can turn into a dinosaur and go attack the other team to slow them down before they kill all the dinosaurs. Because the PvP version is just the beginning of the PvE version, where you just... Sorry, flip that back. Turn it around. The PvE version is just like the PvP version in the very beginning of the PvP version, where you just have that tug of war system where you're fighting and fighting, and not even tug of war system. It's like the first one to the center wins, and as you kill all the dinosaurs that are required, you'll bump up and move to the next location. And you go to the next location till you get to the end, which is a mini like boss battle thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
very repetitive.
Yeah, it is definitely very repetitive, and that's kind of I think its biggest downfall is one thing that I was impressed by is that this game performs great.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the first game in a long time, we've been talking. We just had a last podcast. We talked about the gaming apology tour where every game's releasing broken. I didn't find any bugs in this game really.
No.
I mean, I heard Robert in our chat was saying that legs were missing from dinosaurs and things. But I mean, I kind of expect like if you have 100 dinosaurs falling out of a portal, that there's gonna be some weird clipping stuff happening. But like that's not a big deal for me. But like as far as like the general gameplay goes, I mean, I was rocking pretty much max graphics, so like 70 FPS the whole time, and streaming, and it was running great, and there was no glitchy moments or anything like that. The menu wasn't all jacked up anywhere. Like it was working solid, which I was very, very impressed by. It's just the game is for $60 having one game mode and identical gameplay with each run, with the only difference really being there is no difference. That's the big problem. It's just like,
Well, the only difference is you might play the same map back to
but
back.
start from a different point or something.
Yeah, just start from a
maybe.
different
Yeah.
point and have just barely different any scenery.
Yeah, because I think what you were saying, I think there's 2 maps to this. I think there's this one that's like the city one,
During the
and we
day.
did play one that had like a
one at
more
night.
deserty.
Yeah,
Oh,
we went
yeah,
to
we went to a deserty
oh,
one.
I
That
didn't
was a
play that
completely
jungle
different
thing.
map.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even play that one. So there must be a day and night map in the city, and then
Yeah.
probably the same in the other one.
What I'm curious about though too is that I wonder if it's almost based off of if things will get harder as you progress through the story in some way, because right now everybody's getting into it for the first time. I wonder if there's some kind of, as you navigate through the story, you open up, because we were talking about the T-Rex not being in here.
Yeah.
If we get to the end game of the story and then suddenly the T-Rex opens up, and then people that have gotten to that point in the story collectively are being matched together with the same types of enemies,
Yeah.
that would make it a little bit better, because we played how many maps before we finally got to that deserty one.
We did a lot. We did 6.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, it's a new map. So but we've been progressing the whole time. So I wonder if we just reached a point in the progression that opened up the ability to play that map. Because there's also
Yeah, that might be what it is.
yeah, because there's heroes locked behind leveling too. That there's certain heroes you don't get until you play
Interesting.
further.
So I'm reading that they have 11 game modes.
Oh.
They unlock as you progress.
Oh, okay.
So
that'd
that's
be it.
probably the
That'd be
issue
it.
that we're having. They have Dinosaur Curl, the basic mode where you shoot multiple dinosaurs. Dino
Nice.
Pursuit, chase down a certain large dinosaur that moves through multiple areas. Volt Defense, defend and crash plane from waves of dinosaurs, making sure it isn't destroyed. Data Key Security, escort the data key to drop point, fighting off dinosaurs. Omega Charge, uses an Omega Hammer to destroy barriers. Energy Taker, steal energy from other players to obtain the highest amount. Escort, protect an NPC from other enemies. Neo T-Rex, fight against a large Neo T-Rex similar
There it
to
is.
a large boss fight.
There it is.
Vortex Saboteur, destroy a vortex generator that summons dinosaurs. Area Defense, protect the areas against waves of dinosaurs. Uplink Control, capture the flag style gameplay. Take the opponent's uplink zone while you're defending yours.
Okay.
How did we miss all of that?
Well,
it's
so I
not
think
open.
it's still part of Dino Survival, but it just like I think like we were talking about. I think
It's just
sounds like because it says
we haven't
here,
opened up all these.
we
yet.
haven't opened them up.
You probably have to play it in the campaign, and then it unlocks.
Well, there's no campaign.
There is.
But-
Well, this campaign is there is a campaign. We're just playing multiplayer with the campaign.
Yeah,
there's no campaign gameplay. It's just a story that
yeah, it's
unlocks
like,
as you
oh,
play.
we're gonna do this new
So
thing now.
interesting. So
Yeah.
we haven't gotten. We played. How long have we played?
I think it was like
5
3.5,
hours.
4 hours probably.
And we haven't touched any of these other games.
No.
Yeah, because it says here in Dino Survival,
Sorry.
the missions change based on players' progression through the game. The experience will be different with each match, even in matches with familiar surroundings and objectives. Players can unlock story sequences by playing Dino Survival and also earn rewards such as experience points to increase player and exosuit levels. And then, so then there's all those other missions. As you progress through the game, you'll gain access to your choice of 3 different player matches. Yeah, so we haven't seen any of those except for the Dino Key security thing.
So this is probably just our first impressions right now. It's
Yeah.
not even fucking review.
Yeah, it's just first
My
impression.
bad. Doing it live.
Well, so those are also, I mean, those aren't really different game modes. They're
Yeah.
just like modifications. Because like
To-
Dinosaur Cold is what we're doing now, which is just
Okay.
like going from point to point,
And then
fighting off stuff. So these are like pieces of that. And then like obviously the data key defense is what we've been doing with payload. Area defense we've already done, which is just like go to an area and defend that area. So there's some of these things we have done,
But
then
it's
there's
just
others
like-
that it's still gonna be the same maps. It's just different. You're defending or you're escorting or whatever.
it just doesn't feel
Yeah.
that different. Then.
No, it doesn't. Like uplink control, I don't think we've done that one yet. But I am curious about the what do you call it? The T-Rex one.
Yeah, Neo T-Rex.
But they did say so later on. So this is going to be a seasonal content based game. So the first season is going to come out with it's going to come out July 28th. So that's like 10 days, 12 days.
Oh, nice.
It's going to launch a new PvE mode that's going to be in addition to Dino Survival. That will be called Savage Gauntlet, and it's random late game challenging missions that rotate weekly. And then on August 16th, players will get the first major title update, which will include 10 new alpha variant exosuits, which I guess is just like new skins. And then season 2 will kick off with the Title 2 update, which includes a new map called Ocean Platform with new rigs, modules, and a new final mission. And it will also feature the first Capcom collaboration with Street Fighter collaboration. There will also be new weapons, rewards, and alternate designs for exosuits. And then season 3 will be in January with new beta variant exosuits and Neo Triceratops being added. And then the second Capcom digital event will be a Monster Hunter collab. So, but it's still, I wish there was more. I do wish there was a couple more game modes in this, and I wish there was definitely more variation to the gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I think the characters are great. Like, I love the variation in the characters. I think those designs are really good. I mean, how did you guys feel about just the different characters? I know you played just the assault.
Yeah, I
mostly,
just played
right?
Assault mostly. I'm waiting until I hit level 10 and I was going to swap it over. But I'm enjoying all the characters, if you want me to be honest. Even though I played Assault, I toyed around with the other three. But even though you have a class, there's like a subclass to that class as well, which I find very unique. Because like the Assault class has the just regular shooter, and then his subclasses are like melee defense or like melee attack and stuff like that, which is it switches up pretty well.
I
So
didn't
if
see
you're-
that.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's the same way with the tank character because one of the tanks can carry around a heavy ass machine gun and the other one carries around a big old shield. So I like it. I'm digging all that. It just feels a little different. The customization's okay. I mean, it takes a lot of coins to like unlock some cool skins and stuff. I wish you can do a color palette,
That's where you got to buy the battle pass.
I ain't buying that.
Yeah, I ain't buying
But
that shit.
I wish you can do like actual really good detailed customization like they did with Anthem or something with this game,
Oh yeah.
but it's fine. It's okay, I guess. So yeah, I'm digging it. I like the character you're playing, the healer, because you were on top with that all the
That
time.
character's great. Yeah.
I like the healer too.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that you can just
Wait,
switch
which
out.
healer? Are you playing the first one or the second one?
The witch doctor.
Witch Doctor?
I think
Okay.
that's one that stays on the ground, right?
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
a stake and it shocks all the enemies.
Yeah.
But one thing I do like is that you can switch out during the game. You can switch out to any of the classes. You can just switch out of the suit and pick something else. I mean, you'll be vulnerable for a little bit as a human running around with a gun.
Diva.
So,
yeah, exactly. It's just like Diva. Yeah.
So everyone's Diva.
Yeah. I like that. I switched to that second support class, and it's basically like Mercy in Overwatch, where I press Q and I can fly up in the air and just like hover for a little while, and I can just like my shoot is like Zenyatta, where if I hit an enemy, it damages them, and if I hit a friend, it heals them. Oh, and then I have an AoE heal that I can just send out that like if I hit my friends, it just heals all 5 of them at the same time, which is really great. And it has like a 10-second cooldown. But if I hit the enemy, it stuns them and slows them down, or not doesn't stun them, it slows them down and blinds them so they can't see for a few seconds. And then my ultimate is just freezes time, where we can just like I freeze time, and then we can like continue to throw damage at it.
Nice.
that helps out with the bigger bosses.
Yeah. So it's definitely I love the differences in the characters, because then you got one that's very much like Reinhardt, that pull the tank one that pulls up a shield, to hold in front of you, and then of course the assault's like super good with just like bruising people and shooting them and stuff like that.
And like if people use their classes, because we were playing one game and like these guys were using their tank class like perfectly. They were just pushing back the dinosaurs and we were just rocking through it, and it felt nice. And I think
this is
that's
one of those missions that is different, that we had to like sit there and just defend that zone.
Gotcha. So it just feels the same.
Yeah, you still got dinosaurs. Coming at you from different directions.
But I'm really enjoying this game. I'm probably gonna keep playing it. I can jump in it for like an hour or two and then just jump back out of it.
Yeah, I'll keep it for now, see what's up.
But the main thing you need to focus in on is just upgrading your mods. That's the only way, because some guys, they run through this quick.
I know.
And you're just like, I don't have a chance. I wish there was like a competitive mode to it, maybe.
I'm sure there will be eventually.
Like a rank or whatever.
A rank mode? That
Mode?
scares me.
That would be fun.
It'd be cool if you had to like kill the other team, but you have dinosaurs coming at you too.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking would be better. Because what I don't like about this game mode right now is that you spend 70% of it like seeing the enemy, but you can't interact with them.
Yeah.
And I think it would be much better, especially if you're like right there, if there was like moments where, I don't know how it would work, but like where you can attack them sooner than like when you get to the PvP portion.
Well, they're trying to condense that PvP moment. And it makes you focus on trying to get through the waves as quickly as possible, because you want that extra time.
That extra time
you
to
get once you start
push,
transporting the payload.
Which I didn't even realize that was happening.
Yeah.
Like Brett had to tell me that multiple times, and I was just like, interesting.
Or it'd be kind of cool if there was something you can do, like, even though you're not able to fight them, if there's like, if you do a certain special something, you get a certain number of kills, or you get a certain number of whatever, you get an ability that allows you to sabotage the other team while they're running through the thing.
That's what they kind of have with that one mode that we did when we just did PvE. Because you can still like grab one of the dinosaurs' DNA and go over there and attack them.
But I mean, like before you get to the like, PvE, PvP portion where you can just like, further stop them.
The PvP, the PvE portion of it, you still can interact with them.
With a dinosaur?
Before you get to the final point and then start
I'm talking
the PvE
about that
one?
separate mode, just the PvP. You remember that we did the mode? It was just PvP, and we were in that new map area.
Yeah.
I actually got a dinosaur and was able to go over there and attack them. And they did the same thing to us right there at the end.
Well, that was I'm talking about for the first run. Like
I'm talking about something totally different.
Yeah.
Not the payload at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The PvP.
Right.
And
the PvE.
The PvE. Yeah. And we're just fighting waves of dinosaur.
But that was when we started the PvE section. That was the last run. That was the last mission.
Yeah, that was the last mission.
Yeah, I'm talking about before that happens. Like
so
before
you're talking about
before we can interact with each other.
Okay, so you're talking about like with the PvP version as we're going around shooting
PvP and PvE. Like I want to be able to sabotage them, even though we can't see. We just see their holograms.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to sabotage the holograms in some capacity while we're getting to the point of that middle zone where we like start the final run or whatever. I want to be able to sabotage them before that point, based off of like some kind of thing you do.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Destiny had, I forgot what it was called. Destiny had something like that where each team has to like kill enemies and collect things, but if someone can get a meter that's high enough, and or they get chosen to go to the other side and wreak havoc for a short time.
Yeah.
If they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I feel like that mode, I'll have to figure out which mode that is and we can compare it at a different time.
Or like you get like a Leviathan hack where Leviathan's like, you've been granted a reward. You can now hack the enemy team and you can like drop in a new portal to give them another set of dinosaurs at the fight.
So that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Like something like that where you can like,
Yeah.
based on your ability, rather than just saying every time you move, it's like, you're currently doing faster than the other team. You're currently doing faster than the other team. I want to like impact them more than just like running it faster.
I think they still need to add something like that, like you guys are saying, the little portal thing. But I think what Brett was talking about, I think they need to add that dinosaur thing again, where you can turn into a dinosaur and go over there and attack them while they're going through. Because we did that during the PvE version, and you can do it in the PvE one, but it's only on the payload missions that you can do it.
See, they should have it where somewhere you make a decision. Do I want to just go kill waves, or do I want to kill like a stronger monster that's going to give me something that's going to help stop
make
the
it
other
more
team?
roguelike in that sense. Yeah.
Ooh.
That would be really cool.
That's
too.
what they need.
What if they made it like Evil Dead, where you play as Leviathan?
That would
and
be cool.
Dropping down the dinosaurs.
That's I am surprised they haven't done that, where you basically are the AI director that can just like control the map.
Control the map.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's the thing about this game is the bones are really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's a lot of great bones to this. And again, the game,
Dinosaur
I can't
bones.
say it enough. This game is working very well, which I'm impressed by. I just wish they're just content wise, they need to up the content. I don't want more skins. I want more gameplay stuff. And I think this game has such good potential to be like, these arenas are awesome, but like randomly generate the pathways, so it's like every pathway is always different, where like maybe like one game you play, you have to go, like you have a point that's like right here, but then you have to go to the other side of the map. And then, instead of just like, following like a linear path, it's like bump, 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 bump. Like that could be kind of cool, or just have more variation in the game types or the little missions that you do. So it's not just like defend this point, dinosaurs come, dinosaur cold, defend the dinosaur. Like everything is just like dinosaur portals pop out.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can be done a little bit differently? Maybe it's like a sabotage, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this game's going to improve in time.
Yeah. I think it could.
Here's
Or it could just fall
hoping.
off the wayside.
Or probably so. I mean, I don't know.
It's about to once all the games come out.
Should they make this game free to play
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
with it already being out? Like, do you
Yes,
think like,
it should. It should
Yeah.
be.
It should be.
Well, they can't now because people probably buying it.
Well, I think what they could do is, I mean, they just have to give some kind of something to those people that purchased it,
I think just give them a season pass for free.
Yeah.
Like 2 season passes, like
6 season pass.
6.
I was like, yeah, they probably need to.
Yeah, 6. I'm sorry. I didn't think about the price point.
You paid $60. Here's $10 season pass.
A year's worth of season pass.
Year
basically.
worth the season pass.
Yeah. No, I think definitely they should make this free to play, because it is essentially a free to play game that they just decided to put a price tag on, which is dumb.
But in those moments when we were kicking ass, dude, it felt good.
Yeah.
It like felt fucking good.
It really did. And the ending animations when you die is
Yeah, when
pretty
you
crazy.
die, it's pretty brutal.
At least you take all the dinosaurs that kill you with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the explosions.
It's true. So yeah, that's Exoprimal, everybody. It's a little bit of Overwatch and a little bit of other games, and it needs to be more roguelike.
I was like, is it kind of like Dota in a way? What was that game that was like Dota-like? Oh, fuck. Battleborn.
oh yeah, I could see that a little bit.
You know,
yeah.
like each team had their side and they had to like rack up points and then they
See, that
could fight
also
each
would be
other.
kind of nice. Is like as you progress through the tiers, like you unlock a buff for that game. That you can, just like in a roguelike. When you die and you respawn.
Yeah.
It's just like pick an upgrade. That you can
Telling
get
you,
better
man.
as you progress. Like,
Telling you, that's how the way they go. This game's a little dry
Yeah.
at the current point, but maybe that all adds later. I don't know.
interesting. Yep. Exoprimal, Capcom game, available on Xbox Game Pass. Highly recommend right now. Don't buy this game. Get it on Game Pass.
Yes.
Or wait until they make it free to play,
Yep.
because they probably will.